Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6.
We're starting with breaking news out of Spokane Valley tonight. There's a large police presence at the Red Top Motel. We're taking a live look right now. We can see that right now we're not quite sure what has caused this response, but our Destiny Richards is on scene learning more for us tonight. This is a developing story, and we'll keep you updated right here on 4 News Now and on our website, KXLY.com. Well, turning to other news tonight, Pride was on full display in Spokane today. Thousands gathered downtown to celebrate love, acceptance, and a push for change, all while highlighting Spokane's queer community. Good evening, I'm Natalie Grant. Jordan Smith has the night off. Our Bronte Sorosky spoke with people enjoying the festival today about the importance of visibility and spreading love this weekend and all month long.
This year's Pride theme is never going back. And as people filled the streets of Spokane showing off their pride, they also demonstrated why it's so important to be able to do just that.
To acknowledge that it's okay to be who you are.
Although the queer community has come a long way over the years, legislation across the country threatens to halt and even reverse this progress.
Like drag being banned in a couple states, and they're making it illegal for people to get medication to transition in some states. Yeah, I do feel like it is important.
To date, over 520 anti-LGBTQ bills have been introduced in state legislatures throughout the country, which is why some who came out to this year's Spokane Pride Parade say visibility is even more crucial.
It's important to show your support, and it's important to show up for your own community to let others know, hey, we're not going anywhere.
As people danced, skated, and walked through the streets of downtown, they also spread love and acceptance. It's a message that struck a chord for people attending their first Pride, like Colin Lee.
I'm just very happy to see people who accept me and people who are like me. It's just a unique experience seeing people. So seeing all these colors, seeing all these bright colors.
Others say this year's parade was for everyone. And if you aren't out or comfortable yet, that's okay too.
The people that are in the closet, it's just important to visibly know that there are allies and gays from all sorts of walks of life, all different colors and all different beliefs.
Reporting in Spokane, Bronte Sorosky, 4 News Now.
Well, turning to the forecast, meteorologist Matt Gray joins us now for a look here. Definitely a nice day to be out enjoying at the Pride Festival. Definitely nice from those hot days we saw earlier this week.
Yeah, so less heat, and more importantly, perhaps, because no one wants to rain on anyone's parade, is that, well, hey, for the first time in a few days, things are pretty quiet on our live Doppler radar, especially across eastern Washington. You look further to the north, though, and around Boundary County, we are still tracking a couple of showers here this evening. We'll zoom in just a little bit more and give you an idea. Not too much going on here. It was a little bit more active at 5 o'clock, but a couple of showers to the north of Priest Lake and one here just to the south of Mouillet Springs. And so that's going to be headed to the north. Excuse me, Mouillet Springs. Ugh. What am I doing? All right, let's head back to some happier things in the forecast, and that are these really nice temperatures. 70 in Spokane, 74 in Coeur d'Alene. Really, really nice. Look at Omak and Grand Coulee, only in the 60s right now. And hey, even Lewiston, only in the low 80s. So some nice porch weather for this evening. And really, this evening's going to have some really beautiful temperatures as we fall through the 60s as we get to enjoy a wonderful Saturday night. Rain showers not going away entirely, but these cool temperatures are going to be going away at least for a few days. That's coming up in your extended forecast.
All right, thanks, Matt. Ted Kaczynski, known as the Unabomber, has died in prison. That information confirmed by law enforcement this morning. Kaczynski was serving 8 life sentences after pleading guilty to mailing bombs to people from 1978 to 1995. Those bombs killed 3 people and wounded 23 others. Kaczynski was a former math professor and lived in Montana. His first bomb blew up at a Chicago university, and the name Unabomber came from the case named Unabomb, the case that changed the FBI's investigations.
I think it's also a case that really changed the way the FBI thought about these sort of investigations and the way that we thought about some of our own capabilities, how to more effectively use the public to generate leads on a dormant investigation.
In 1995, Kaczynski sent a 35,000-word essay to the FBI explaining his motives, which became known as the Unabomber Manifesto. Well, after days of searching, a missing man's body was found last night in Hayden, Idaho. Earl Wolfram from Coeur d'Alene was reported missing by his family on Tuesday. According to the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office, his family were the ones that located his dirt bike and his body while out searching for him on Friday. The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office says that Wolfram crashed his dirt bike and died from those injuries. Well, turning to the latest update to the U of I murder case, the judge has not yet determined how much you get to see and know about the case against Bryan Kohberger. 4 News Now is part of the group of journalism organizations asking for cameras to be allowed in the courtroom and also for the gag order, which prevents people involved in the case to talk about it publicly, be lifted. Now, on Friday, 2 hearings about the case were held. They were more than 6 hours long, and Bryan Kohberger was in the room for both of them. His defense team arguing that the release of more information could distort public opinion and rob Kohberger of a fair trial.
What the media does with the videos, with the photographs, and how it's sort of manipulated in some way that is harmful.
The Media Coalition argued that misinformation would be eradicated if the facts were fully available.
Is the obligation of members of the media to get the story right.
Now, both decisions now lie in the hands of Judge John Judge. He will release a written verdict in the next coming days, something 4 News Now will be following closely. Well, new at 6 tonight, Lumen High School hosted its 3rd ever graduation ceremony. The school, located in downtown Spokane, provides wraparound support to help teen parents get a high school education while balancing parenthood. Earlier today, 8 students received their diplomas and were met with love and support from each other, their families, and the school staff. While students are enrolled, they have access to mental health counseling, a medical clinic, as well as diapers or formula or anything else they might need to not just be a student, but also a parent.
Graduation, we're really celebrating an up because we know that graduation and getting that diploma is unlocking doors to their future, not only for themselves, but also for their children. It's just proven that students who make that decision, their children are more likely to follow in their footsteps to get their diploma and go on to what's next.
The high school has open enrollment and says it's always looking for new students. Well, new on-ramp meters are coming to I-90 at the Geiger Grove interchange. Get ready for ramp mirrors to turn on starting on Tuesday. They'll run from 3 through 6 p.m. on weekdays. Now, we want to remind you that construction on Highway 2 is also taking place on Colbert Road, and that starts on Monday. Drivers should expect minor delays in northern Spokane County, while the Department of Transportation begins the long-awaited construction of J-turns around the intersection to improve safety in the area. And you can find more details on those lane closures in the area on our story at KXLY.com. Well, summer is here, and one option to send your kids could cost you a pretty penny. Still to come, the cost of summer camp and how it could get cheaper, according to one expert.
And of course, we want good weather for summer camp or whatever else you're doing on the weekends across the inland Northwest. We will have warmer weather tomorrow, but if you like the temperatures today, it looks like you're not going to have to wait too long. All that plus more storms and some windy weather in the forecast as well coming up.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
4 News Now is brought to you by All Lines Insurance at alllinesinsurer.com.
At Fred Meyer, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Coeur d'Alene Casino presents the Core Stars Entertainment Series. Join us as we celebrate our 30-year anniversary with an amazing lineup of the hottest entertainment. See comedian Jeff Foxworthy on Thursday, July 27th. Don't miss an evening with Night Ranger on Thursday, August 24th. Plus, join us for King of the Cage on Thursday, September 14th. For tickets, visit the casino box office or cdacasino.com. Coeur d'Alene Casino, welcome home.
I was scared the night you overdosed. but I was prepared. I brought naloxone with me. I learned when to use it. I learned how to use it. And I know you trusted me to use it. I held your hand tight when you woke up because I wanted you to feel safe. Your life is worth saving, friend, and I would save it again if I had to.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Things are heating up. Good thing this Rogue has the most standard safety features in its class. Our competitors can't say that.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
Hurry. These epic offers won't last forever.
When you download the Fred Meyer app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Fred Meyer app. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ace Hardware.
Well, for many, we're closing in on the end of the school year, and then comes summer. And for many, that means camp, which can be a pricey proposition. And there are ways to make it more affordable. ABC's Whit Johnson reports.
As captured in the classic film The Parent Trap, it's that time of year again for summer camp. But now it's more expensive than ever. And even if families can afford it, they may face limited availability.
Demand is really up. That means that it could be difficult to find the camp that you're looking for your child, but it's not too late.
But as demand increases, so does the cost. The average summer camp is about $180 a day and nearly $450 a day for sleepaway camp. Just last year, prices increased by 35% compared to the previous year. And for parents like Lindsay Hunter, just getting their kids in is proving to be a challenge.
We're trying to give our kids these opportunities to have fun in the summer, to be enriched in the summer, to get off our backs in the summer, but it comes at a big price, and it's a price that my family can't really afford.
So how can parents get their kids to camp without breaking the bank? First, the American Camp Association's Find a Camp tool allows parents to search the nation's some 15,000 camps. Parents can also ask questions about scholarships, financial aid, and discounts for multiple children. One change this year, an increase of camps offering buy now, pay later payment services for more expensive activities.
You'll commit to a payment schedule and you won't have to put all the money out up front.
Next, refer a friend.
If your child has been going to a camp for several years that you absolutely love, go ahead and recommend that camp to everyone you know. Very often, camps will offer a discount to referring families.
Then consider staying put.
You will definitely get a discount for signing up for multiple weeks at one camp rather than signing up for 1 or 2 weeks at a bunch of different camps.
And finally, think local. You might find several low-cost or free alternatives through your local library, museum, or parks and recreation department.
I wasn't aware that there were so many resources in my city until another parent said, hey, did you know that the park district does this or the library does that?
Well, good luck, Mom and Dad. Certainly the weather has, been feeling a lot like summer camp weather, really, for the last month and a half. We're going to get back to that as we get into Sunday, another day where we're going to start off waking up in the 60s for most of us and then push our way into the 80s fairly quickly. We're also, I expect to see a little bit more sunshine today than what we saw on Saturday. It took almost until kind of past lunchtime in many areas before the sun came out. And you notice there on the planner, not a lot of rain. We certainly got quite a bit, especially across North Idaho and the I-90 corridor over the past week. We're talking about even some places getting more than a couple of inches, and we still are searching for some rain in the days to come. in Spokane, still a long ways behind and still a drought that we're trying to at least keep down at lower levels in North Idaho. For now, however, and this is probably a good thing for the weekend at least, we are keeping things on the dry side. Generally, winds coming out of the south and out of the west, and so the moisture that's been kind of lingering over Montana up into Canada over the past few days getting kind of pushed out of the inland northwest, at least for right now. Not always going to be the case though over the next few days. It's not going to be anything like we saw on Thursday and Friday, but there still is a chance for a few isolated thunderstorms in the days to come. That will be on Sunday, especially across the kind of Montana state line, deep in the Idaho North Idaho mountains. Not expecting a whole lot to work its way towards populated areas with this one. Certainly might see some clouds on the horizon. So fairly dry Sunday. Monday gets a little bit more interesting as another disturbance starts to creep in closer to us, and we may see some storms pop up down in the Idaho County area over the Salmon River, push their way into Spokane towards Coeur d'Alene. But for now, I'm going to keep those rain chances fairly low, and we'll see kind of how the computers look as we get into tomorrow. But at least for now, something to keep in mind. May want to have that raincoat handy. Same goes for Tuesday as we see some much cooler air begin to work its way in. We'll see some dry, windy conditions, but also at least a very small chance for rain, especially in some of our more mountainous counties. Boy, we got a lot of moisture to tap into here as well. High humidity. That has been something that we felt a little bit over the last few days, and so that's going to keep those storms, even though they're not going to be nearly as widespread in the forecast. It's also going to keep our temperatures fairly mild for the morning. 55 in Spokane, 57 in Coeur d'Alene, and back into the 80s almost across the entire region for Sunday. It gets even warmer on Monday. We'll be up into the upper 80s. We'll see some 90s around the region again. Then we'll calm down on Tuesday, see some really pleasant temperatures as that windy weather on Tuesday brings in some cooler air.
All right, thanks, Matt. Well, former President Donald Trump made his first public appearances since his federal indictment today. After a 7-month investigation, the former president is now being charged on 37 counts in connection to the removal of White House documents after he left office. The documents include some of the nation's most sensitive material, including information about nuclear programs, information about spies, and even classified surveillance programs. Now, in response to this indictment, the former president addressed supporters in Georgia and North Carolina today.
We stand up to the open borders fanatics, the radical left Democrats, their lawless partisan prosecutors, the prosecutors. Every time I fly over a blue state, I get a subpoena.
Images taken by one of Trump's aides show these documents were allegedly stored at Trump's private club at Mar-a-Lago. Prosecutors are accusing Trump of obstruction, claiming he instructed the attorneys to lie when a subpoena ordered him to return those documents. Trump maintains that he did nothing wrong. Well, coming up next in sports, the Washington State Athletic Department is moving forward after budget concerns last month. Coming up in sports, Alex Crescenti has more on what the university president thinks could be a long-term solution.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
I want to be smarter with my spending now. And that's what we're here for.
Find a healthier approach to money at Giesa.
Considering selling your RV? R&R wants it. Tired of paying storage fees? R&R needs it. Just don't use it anymore? R&R will buy it. Due to a critical shortage of pre-owned RVs, R&R RV is currently paying our absolute top dollar for your used RV. Any year, any make, any model. Turn your RV into cash or flip it for a newer model. So if you no longer use it or want it, let R&R RV buy it. Visit the R&R RV Superstore in North Spokane or call Ryan at 509-244-5888.
Spokane businesswoman Lee Wick is used to attention, whether she wanted it or not.
They amputated my legs at 4 years old. It does get old having people question and stare at you. It is extremely exhausting.
So why is this entrepreneur mom adding model to her long list of accomplishments?
I realized that it was time for me to put my own money where my mouth was.
I'm Robin Nance from 4 News Now. Join me for Lee's amazing story, Monday at 6 a.m. only on Good Morning Northwest.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere? Because we're busy women. We don't have time for lag or buffering.
Get internet on the Xfinity 10G network for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract.
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf.
The next generation 10G network only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
There had been some worry over the last month about the current state of the Washington State Athletic Department and their budget issues, but it appears they're going to be getting some relief. On Friday, the Washington State University Board of Regents approved the transfer of $1.4 million to help cover the nearly $12 million athletic department budget deficit. That deficit was caused in part by the Pac-12 media deal and lower enrollment numbers. Now, the university says that they would not come from tuition or state funds, but instead from interest earned. The Regents also approved an $84 million athletics budget for 2024 and giving WSU President Kirk Schultz the green light to sign a new media rights deal with the Pac-12. Now, we've known for a long time the Pac-12 media rights deal wasn't the best among the Power 5 conferences, and that's one of the big issues Washington State finds themselves in this deficit. A classic case of overpromising and under-delivering. Another challenge facing the university is the rise of NIL. Athletic Director Pat Shunn pointed out yesterday many of their donors have the option to give to a collective that doesn't go directly to WSU, so that's made paying for scholarships and other expenses more difficult than just a few years ago. So what's the solution here? Well, University President Schultz believes it could be a combination of the expanded college football playoff payouts, that's coming in a couple years, and the new upcoming Pac-12 media rights deal.
At least the projections that Pat and I and others have seen, I'm not sure if it'll be a lot larger than we saw in the past. It shouldn't be a lot smaller than the past. It may be fairly flat. But when we add the football playoff dollars onto that, we should see a nice bump in revenue. So if we can control expenses, then all of a sudden you go, okay, now we actually have additional dollars coming in that can be strategically allocated, including debt reduction, building up a reserve fund, and some of those kind of things.
Schultz did add he expects a media rights deal to be completed sometime this month, but then again, we've heard those kind of words for a long time now. But this is also a bit of a gamble for Washington State. If more programs depart the Pac-12, and the conference could cease to exist, and the Cougs may be on the outside looking in when it comes to major college football, which is not good if you're looking for a revenue stream. And out in Anaheim, the Seattle Mariners got their series with the Angels off on the wrong foot. Last night, they dropped the series starter 5-4. Despite a decent outing from Luis Castillo, the offense of the M's was not able to give him nearly enough run support, and the Mariners now are in real danger of falling out of the playoff race altogether, and we haven't even hit the halfway point of the season as they currently find themselves 10.5 games out of first place. Now, the M's are going to look to avoid the series loss later this evening as Brian Wu takes the mound down in Anaheim. And to the NBA Finals, the Denver Nuggets moved to within a game of their first NBA championship after they beat the Miami Heat 108-95 last night. And once again, it was two-time MVP Nikola Jokic who came up big, scoring a double-double. Denver also got a big contribution from Aaron Gordon, who scored a game-high 27 points, as those bigs have been giving Miami all kinds of fits this series. But even though they're on the doorstep of a title, the Nuggets aren't celebrating just yet.
It's a good win. We've done our job, but we're not celebrating like we've done anything yet. We know we're going to have to go home and turn off the TV, the radio, don't read the papers, don't listen to everybody telling you how great you are.
Still one win, you know, we need to win one more.
We didn't. I like that we didn't relax. We didn't get comfortable. We are still desperate. We still want it, and that's what makes me happy. You know.
Game 4 of the finals Game 5 of the finals, I should say, is set for 5:30 on Monday. You can catch that game right here on KXLY ABC. 4 News Now. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Is it your day to water? Know if you are odd or even and be water-wise this summer.
On average, you can play longer on every dollar at Northern Quest. So chances are your dinner plans don't stand a chance. Luckily, you can make new ones right here at Maslow Steakhouse. Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere? Because we're busy women. We don't have time for lag or buffering.
Get internet on the Xfinity 10G network for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract.
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf.
The next generation 10G network only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing. Gotta be protected, gotta be dry. But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working. Weekend cabin, it's looking good.
Wherever you go, a Ford F-150 is the key to survival. Lease a well-equipped F-150 for just $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
When you carefully strap down your toys, or play it safe on moving day, or listen to that inner voice that says, this really needs a cover, you're doing your part to help everyone on Washington's roads get home safely. So, keep the supplies you need handy, secure your cargo properly, and ask others to do the same. Secure your load for safer roads. Learn the ropes at secureloadswa.org.
If you have a fear of missing out, you might want to start earning with a free Camas Rewards card because, dude, Camas Rewards at Northern Quest for all the ways you play.
Some ups, some downs. Overall, pretty nice looking forecast, especially without any 9s on the board there.
Yeah,
officially.
love to see it. Those 70s are looking good.
Really nice.
Well, guys, check this out. A survey has revealed the top 10 most bizarre hotel service requests. Hotels.com has looked at over 470 hotels with in-room dining in 10 countries, including here in the U.S. And among those quirkiest hotel requests, bison, boiled bottled water, a fish that was caught by a traveler who wanted it cooked to order, and a rice bowl for a dog. Kind of wild.
Usually I just need towels or soap.
Yeah, like an extra pillow.
I like bison.
We'll see you back here tomorrow. I just wanted a bison.
Download the 4 News Now app today. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.